It's a pleasure for me to come here. I'm here more to listen to you, frankly. I'll tell you a little bit of what I think through this conversation, but I'm more here to listen to what you want from your leaders, what you want from your politicians, and I'm here to answer any of the questions that you might have. I'd like to lay a little bit of a framework before I start. There's currently an ideological battle going on in India, and it is very sharply divided between two ideologies. One ideology is a unifying ideology which says that all people of this country should live together happily, and this country should not be dominated by any one idea. All states, all languages, especially your beautiful language, should have play in this country. And no state should feel suppressed, pressurized, oppressed. And on the other side, you have an ideology which is represented by the current government and the Prime Minister, where they believe that one idea should be imposed on our country. They have a very particular view about the role of women in our society. And they feel that different languages, different cultures are inferior to one centralizing culture and one idea. And that is broadly the fight that is going on. And it is going on across the country. It is also being fought mainly in the institutions. So the current government is attacking and capturing different institutions of the country. The Supreme Court, the Election Commission, other institutional structures, and we are trying to defend it. So that is the broad lay of the land. Now, I'm happy to answer any questions you might ask me. Ask me difficult questions. Don't ask me easy ones, please. So go ahead. And I'd like to welcome all the young ladies there in the back as well. So who would like to start?
Is Azra here?
Okay, where are you? Okay.
I request. Check.
Hi, sir. Okay,
Can you call me Rahul instead of sir?
Okay.
Makes me more comfortable.
Okay. I'm really nervous. Okay. Hi, Rahul. Okay, my name's Azra and I'm from the Department of Fine Arts, and the question that we have for you, Rahul, is
leaves a lot to be desired. I think South India is significantly better than North India on this front. It's true. If you go to North India, if you go to Uttar Pradesh, if you go to Bihar, and you see the treatment of women and the way women are treated, you will be shocked. So there is a cultural aspect, and I think Tamil Nadu is one of the leaders in how it treats its women. So that's a good thing. No, but wait, because before you get excited, there's still a lot of improvement required in Tamil Nadu as well. I don't think women should be second to men in anything. I think women should be at the same level as men in everything. And I look at the Parliament House, I look at the Vidhan Sabhas, I look at the different states, and frankly, I don't see enough women in leadership positions. I don't see them leading enough companies, I don't see them leading enough states, I don't see enough of them in the Lok Sabha and the Vidhan Sabha. So one of the things that we've decided, in 2019, we're going to pass the Women's Reservation Bill in Lok Sabha, Vidhan Sabhas. And we're also going to reserve 33% of all government jobs at the national level for women. That's a starting point. That's a starting point, but I think it's an attitude. I think you cannot have women empowered in India unless the attitude towards women changes, and there is a lot that needs to change as far as the attitude towards women goes. And I'm a believer that women should be pushed into places of leadership. I think generally women are smarter than men. That's where I come from.
Thank you. Can we have Vishali, please? Vishali?
Hello, Rahul ji.
Hello.
I'm Vishali.
Nice to meet you.
First of all,
How are you?
fine, sir.
You doing
How
well?
are you?
I'm well.
First of all, thank you for visiting our college. And my question is, the opposite party says demonetization has brought no good to the economy. If your party comes to power, what are the measures will you take to strengthen the economy?
Well, first, tell me what do you think of demonetization? Did you like it? Did you like demonetization?
No, sir. No.
Do you think it was a good economic decision?
No.
So I think it's pretty clear the damage demonetization did. It's a pity that the Prime Minister didn't come and take your advice before he did demonetization, because he would have got the right answer, you know. One or two things. You can't have a negative, fearful atmosphere in the country. You can't have an atmosphere of discrimination in the country and then expect economic growth. Economic growth is directly related to the mood of the country. So the first thing we would do is we would change the mood of the country. We would move the country to a place where people feel empowered, happy, and to a place where people relate with each other in a pleasant, loving way. That's the first thing we do. The second thing we do is, we feel that the GST that has been imposed on the country is too complicated and it has too many different layers. There are 5 different layers of tax. This makes life very difficult for small and medium businesses, shopkeepers, and young entrepreneurs. Hopefully you might become one someday, successful one. So we are going to reform the GST and we're going to make it one simple tax and as low a tax as possible. Finally, have you heard of a man called Nirav Modi? You heard of him? Have you heard of a chap called Anil Ambani? You heard of him? Mehul Choksi? Vijay Mallya? Now, what's common about all these people? They all left the country, yeah. And they took thousands and thousands of crores of rupees of Indian people's money. See, the money you gave or your parents gave in demonetization to the banking system, Mr. Narendra Modi gave to Nirav Modi. Right? So what we want to do is, we want to take the money that is going to 15, 17 corrupt business people like Nirav Modi. Nirav Modi, and open the banking system to entrepreneurs like yourself. So that young women, young men can go to the banks and take loans and build businesses and create jobs for India. How many jobs do you think Mr. Nirav Modi created for India? Nothing. I would bet you the government of India gave Nirav Modi 35,000 crores. I would bet you if the government of India or of the bank or the banks gave you, I'd say 30 lakhs, you would create more jobs than Nirav Modi did. I would bet you that. Because all Nirav Modi was a hollow shell for stealing money from India's banks. And I'm absolutely convinced that honest people like you would do what the country requires, which is create jobs. So those are the type of things that we would look at. What do you think about the levels of employment in India today? Do you feel comfortable that after leaving this wonderful college, you'll get a job easily? You don't feel that, right? Why do you feel India is not creating jobs? Why do you feel the number of jobs that India should be created are not being created? Huh? China, 24 hours, China creates 50,000 jobs. In the same 24 hours, according to the national government, India creates 450. And frankly, our main challenge in the next 10, 20 years is going to be competition with China. And that is why I'm speaking to you. I'm here because I'm absolutely convinced that you are the people who are going to compete with the Chinese, and you are the people who are going to out-compete the Chinese. But we need to give you the tools to do it. We need to give you the environment to do it. We need to give you the finances to do it. We need to create that mood where you feel that you can make this country number one. Yeah?
All the best for your upcoming elections, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Can we have Leona?
Vanakkam, Rahul.
Vanakkam.
What is that special quality that you imbibe from your mother?
From my mother, humility. That no matter how powerful a person is, no matter how weak a person is, regardless of who the person is, they always have an opinion, they always have a unique way of looking at the world, and one must respect that opinion and try to understand where that person is coming from, right? So when you're speaking to a person, look at the world not from your position, but look at the world from your position, right? For example, right now I'm speaking to you. I'm feeling uncomfortable that you are there and I'm here. No, actually, inside I'm feeling uncomfortable that I'm in this conversation. I would actually prefer to be there, or I would prefer you to be here. So that type of quality, that doesn't matter what your situation is, you respect everybody else and you listen to everybody else. And of course, as a mother, she taught me love, right? So that is also a central quality. What about your mother? What quality did you get from your mother?
It's affection towards everyone. Don't be harsh, be affectionate to everyone.
Okay. Do you have
And
brothers?
respect. Yeah, I have a brother, elder brother.
Thank you. Next we have Lakshmi Menon. Lakshmi Menon.
Hello. Hello. Hello, Rahul.
Hello.
I hope you have a wonderful time in Stella. My question to you is, why is the opposition, that is your party, silent about issues that are actually affecting the common man? That is like the PACL scam, the protest by paramilitary forces. You have so many unfilled posts in the government, and on and on.
Actually, protest by paramilitary forces, I am in conversation about a number of their demands. In fact, I have personally raised and committed to them that we will give them the status of Shaheed, which they do not have. And if you're talking about corruption,
Also, sir, you didn't mention Robert Vadra, with all the other names.
What about him? What about him? The government has every right and should investigate every single person. And the law should apply to everybody, no problem. However, the law must not apply selectively. The Prime Minister of the country himself has his name in government documents which are saying that he is directly responsible for negotiating parallelly with the Dassault company on Rafale. The CBI director at 1:30 at night is sacked. The Supreme Court says, bring the man back. The man is brought back. The Prime Minister sacks him again. The President of France says, the Prime Minister of India has told me personally himself in a meeting that Mr. Anil Ambani should get the Rafale contract. Nothing's happening. The Prime Minister doesn't comment about it. Everybody knows that the Prime Minister has stolen 30,000 crores and given them to Mr. Ambani. The whole country knows it. But why is there no investigation? Investigate everybody. Investigate Mr. Vadra. I'm the first person to say it. Right? But investigate the Prime Minister. And be absolutely crystal clear. Mr. Narendra Modi, for 1 minute, hasn't opened his mouth on Rafale. And the proof is unlimited, I'll tell you. HAL has been making aircraft for 70 years. Anil Ambani has never made an aircraft in his whole life. HAL gave 3,000 crores of its own money to the government of India. Anil Ambani has 45,000 crores of debt that he has not paid off. HAL has made the Mirage aircraft that went and bombed Pakistan. Not made, but maintains the Mirage Air Force that went and bombed Pakistan. Makes the MiG aircraft, Sukhoi, Jaguar. They have tremendous experience. On what basis did the Prime Minister personally remove HAL from the contract and give it to Mr. Ambani? Finally, the UPA government had negotiated a price of 526 crores for one aircraft. You know what Mr. Narendra Modi's new price is? 1,600 crores per aircraft. So he's almost tripled the price of the aircraft. But there's not a word from Mr. Narendra Modi or any agency investigating the man. So let's start there. The gentleman said that he didn't want to be Prime Minister, he wanted to be the Chowkidar. Well, let's get him to start doing that work. Why isn't he doing that work when it comes to himself?
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you. Next, we have Sushmita. I repeat, Sushmita.
Hi.
Hello. One more thing. How many times have you seen the Prime Minister of India standing in the middle of 3,000 women like this? How many times have you seen the Prime Minister of India standing here like this, being open to any question from anybody? How many of you have had the opportunity to ask him, Mr. Prime Minister, what do you think about education? What do you think about this? What do you think about that? Why doesn't the Prime Minister have the guts to come and stand in front of 3,000 women and be questioned by them? Sorry.
Okay. It has been said that the results in South India will determine or play a major role in selecting the ruling party this year.
Sorry, the South India is going to play a major role.
In selecting the
Yeah.
ruling party this year. So if you come to power, what do you plan to do for the South, that is us?
Today's government has a North India specific focus. They have a north centric view. I believe that all parts of India are equal and all parts of India should have equal say in the country's future. I mean, there's Mr. Chithambaram sitting here, right? He's from Tamil Nadu. He determined the economic future of this country for 10 years. So I believe that Tamil Nadu and South India must have a voice in Delhi in the national government, and the basic trajectory of the nation should include the feelings and the aspirations of the Tamil people, should include the sentiment and the history of the Tamil people. It should not be that the government of India is trying to subvert and crush the history, the language and the culture of the Tamil people. So that is broadly how I would think about it. It's very important that in the government, people from Tamil Nadu have senior positions.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Can we have Kritika?
Hey Rahul.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Fine, how are you?
I'm well.
Welcome to Stella Maris College.
Thank you.
So my question is, what according to you is the biggest hindrance to growth in India?
Biggest hindrance to growth? Crony capitalism. The fact that huge amount of resources are captured by 15 or 20 people, and the mechanism of capture is corruption. So I would say that corruption and crony capitalism are a huge barrier to growth in India. I would also say that today there is a lack of a vision. India is looking inwards. India is fighting. India is divided. And when you are a divided nation, when you have anger in the nation, you cannot grow. So India has to realize its space in the world. Not only its space back home, but its space in the world. And what is India's space in the world? The world is dramatically changing. So we are moving from a United States-centric world to a United States, China, India, Russia-centric world, a multipolar world. And India has to have a certain degree of confidence on the international stage, right? Somebody once said, an Indian leader was asked, does India lean left or does India lean right? And the person said, no, India stands straight. So we don't need to lean towards one or the other, but we have to stand straight and we have to put our views on the table aggressively. So I think it's a lot to do with the mood, and it's a lot to do with a vision. Today, India lacks a vision. It is internally at war with itself. It's fighting with itself. Hindus are fighting Muslims, South is fighting North, East, Northeast is burning. That mood has to be changed. Everybody here and everybody in this country is India's asset. India has to utilize all these people if it wants to grow. It cannot say that certain people will have special status and certain people will have a poor status. So it has to carry everybody. And I think that is something that I'm very particular about, and our ideology, the ideology of the Congress party is very particular about that. Thank you.